Hello and welcome back to Professional Tutors. So at Professional Tutors, we've got a unique team of heads of department who came together to deliver quality lessons to our learners in the UK and across the world. In today's lesson, we're going to look at different types of angles. The first question we're going to explore is to think, what is an angle? Now think of everyday places where you come across different types of angles. I'm quite sure you can spot many. Let's come up with a definition of an angle. How can we define an angle in exam to get full marks? But there are many different ways you can define an angle. One way is here. So an angle is a space between two lines. So that's a space between two lines. And those two lines must intersect. So an angle is a space between two intersecting lines at a point where they meet. And we normally measure angle in degrees. Let's have a look at this question. Let's think which of the angles below is the biggest. Now pause the video and give it a go. Let's have a look at the, let's discuss which angle is the biggest. The answer is, they're all the same. Now, what we need to understand, the length of the lines doesn't make any difference to the size of the angle. Now, one way of looking at that, what if try to put them on top of each other? So let's see this, and we can see here that they are exactly the same. So if you put all these angles on top of each other, we can see that they are all exactly the same. So the point is, the length of the lines doesn't make any difference to the size of the angle at all. Now, one type of angle is a right angle, and the right angle is an angle which is exactly 90 degrees. Let's have a look at these angles or these examples. Are these all right angles? Why? Why not? How do we know? Right? And where else we can spot some examples of right angles? In your classroom, at your home, or somewhere outside. Let's see what is a right angle. A right angle is 1/4 of the full turn. Now, angle which is smaller than the right angle is called an acute angle. Now, that's a very important exam question. They're going to ask you, they're going to give you an angle and you have to classify them. Which type of angle is that? So we have learned about right angle, which is exactly 90 degrees, or which is 1/4 of a full turn. We have learned about acute angles, which are smaller than right angle. Let's see next type of an angle, which is an obtuse angle. Now, obtuse angle is greater than 90 degrees, but it's smaller than 180. Now, if you don't know what 180 means, it's a straight line. So straight line is always 180 degrees. So if an angle is greater than 90 degrees, but smaller than 180 degrees, that angle is what we call an obtuse angle. Think of a few examples where you can spot an obtuse angle. There are a few here for us. The next type of an angle is the reflex angle. Now, reflex angle is greater than 180, but smaller than 360. Now, 360 is a complete circle. If you look at this pizza here, if you measure this angle on this side, this is quite a small angle. That's less than 90 degrees. So that is an acute angle. If you measure this angle there, that is greater than 180. So that is going to be a reflex angle. Now again, think of a few examples where you can spot a reflex angle. Now it's your turn now. What we need to do, you can pause the video and give this a go. So in this question, what you need to do is to classify each of the angles into these categories: acute angle, or an obtuse angle, or a reflex angle. Pause the video, give it a go, and we'll discuss the answers. Let's discuss the answers. Now this angle is less than 90 degrees. So that is going to be an acute angle. Now this angle is greater than 90 degrees, but less than 180. Remember, 180 is a straight line. So this angle is going to be an obtuse angle. Now this angle there is greater than 180. So that's going to be a reflex angle. You have to be very careful which angle you are measuring. If you measure this angle here, the inside, that's going to be an acute angle. But if you're measuring this angle, which is outside, that's going to be a reflex angle. This angle here is less than 90 degrees, so that's going to be an acute angle. This angle here is greater than 180, so that's going to be a reflex angle. This angle here is greater than 90 degrees, so that's going to be an obtuse angle. This angle here is greater than 180 degrees, so that's going to be a reflex angle. And the same is the case here. This angle is greater than 180 degrees, so that's going to be a reflex angle. This angle here is less than 90 degrees, so that's going to be an acute angle. And the last one here, that is greater than 90 degrees, less than 180 degrees, so that's going to be an obtuse angle. That's all for today. Please like and subscribe to stay connected for our upcoming videos.